Provide specifications for all tests, especially cable test. It's quite possible to make different assumptions when it comes to cable tests, and each assumption will create different types of cost. So it's important to provide some sort of guidelines to make the ROM from different vendors a level field. Number one, sweep. You will need sweep test for all coaxial cable. Specify the bands you want the vendors to sweep, type of tests, and passing threshold. Do you want them to do just segment test or both segment and system tests? In the template bit form, the tests I have shown will be acceptable by most, if not all, the carriers. Number two is PIM or passive intermodulation test, and this is the other test needed for coaxial cable. Specify the bands you want the vendors to test and what is the passing threshold. Do you want them to just do segment test or both segment and system tests? For the template form, we are using the values that should be acceptable by all carriers. Now, let's move into tests needed for fiber. OTDR test. Do you want unidirectional or bidirectional, and at what wavelength? A unidirectional OTDR should suffice. Optical loss tests. All DAS gears have their own optical loss test. All DAS gears have their own optical budget or optical loss they will allow to make the system perform optimally. You can just ask the participants to make the passing optical loss required by their proposed DAS platform. Last note on this slide. For your DAS project, customize the cable test parameters as you deem appropriate for the project.